Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And hi if you're new here, and I'm Jade, and it is time for the TBR. I truly love doing my TBRs. I feel like this is one of my favorite videos to film, and they also seem to just get the most views. I don't know, maybe I'm more enthusiastic than them, I don't know, but I just love getting a prompt and having to pick from it. Last time I did use Instagram to help with it. I'm gonna go back to just the TBR this month, mainly because I'm quite busy at the moment. So I kind of need to get this filmed and move on because I've got my dad coming over from the UK to stay soon, and I have had so much to get ready. As well as I have been teaching quite a lot. My business is actually really picking up lately, which is lovely. But it is I suddenly don't have all the time I had anymore. So it's exciting, but challenging too. And that's actually why I've got my Stitch t-shirt on today, because my youngest student is a huge fan of Stitch. So sometimes I wear it just to make her smile. Without further ado, let's see what gets picked for September. I will say, because my dad's coming to stay, I don't know how quickly I'm going to get through books in September, and I'm going to have a few I'm committed to from book clubs. So yeah, this could be a little bit of a challenge for me to get through this month, but I'm still going to pick my usual 3 books and we will see. So, as per usual, balancing it on my knees so I can reach in easily. Let's see what we get this month. Okay. We have a fantasy or romantasy. I like this one. The thing is, I know there's going to be a lot to choose from, and I'm like, do I pick one that I can continue with, or do I pick one from my mini series that I am yet to start? That is a good question. Let me have a look through, and I'll get back to you with my top couple of choices, and we'll discuss. Okay, I've picked 2 books, and then I'll pick between them. But let's discuss why and what I picked. So the first one I picked is The Enchanted Greenhouse, just because I feel like as I go into fall, this kind of feels like that kind of vibe, which I really like. And I believe this is going to be a fantasy. I've read the first book, but I don't think this is like a direct continuation. I think it's just something set in the same world. Okay, I actually just had a little look. And what's really cute is I think it's about the creation of the talking spider plant from the first book. So he's a great little sidekick in the first book. And I think this is about the person that created him and that person's story. So yeah, about the creator of him, which I think is really exciting actually. So yeah, that's one option, just because I feel like I'm going to lean towards this in the fall at some point. So yeah, that's one option, but then I did pick one more. I don't know if this is a romantasy, but my things is fantasy or romantasy. So it's definitely a fantasy. It's got magic and everything, right? The second one I'm considering is Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig, for the fantasy aspect, because I have One Dark Window from my TBR last month. I actually haven't read that yet at the time of this recording, but I am really near the end of the month, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be the next book I pick up after I finish the one I'm on, so that I can try and get through my TBR on time. And yeah, so I was like, I'm going to have read that, so I could just go straight into the second one in September, which should be a nice way to ease in to something, and finish a duology. But then obviously this one also finishes stuff. Obviously I can't talk about the plot of this because it's a second book, which I believe does follow on, so I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, that's what I'm considering. I just honestly don't know what ones to pick. I should be using my Instagram followers to pick. It would make it easier. It would. But sometimes I have to be a big girl and pick for myself. Okay, you know what? I looked at the amount of pages. This one is almost 100 pages shorter, and as I'm going to have a really busy September with my dad staying for the first half of it, I think I'm just going to go for this one because it's the shorter book. But hey, I may just do the other one too because I want to continue after One Dark Window, who knows. But I think I will commit myself to this one. Let's bring the jar back and let's do my second choice. I've got one in my hand. A book you discovered on social media. Ooh, there's probably quite a lot, actually. It's going to make me think a little bit, but yeah, there's probably quite a lot. I think this is a good prompt. This is, yeah. Let me pause and get back to you. Okay, so looking through everything, this was actually a much harder prompt than I thought, because I've seen a lot of these around on socials, but some of them I got before I saw them around. Some of them I've just seen on like booktube, and even though that is like, I guess, a form of social media, I'm gonna like try and discount that a little bit just because I watch that the most, and I feel like I've seen a lot of them on here. Again, some I got before I saw them on there, but yeah, technically if I was really to be like, oh yeah, I saw it on social media, I could have like anything. But I really want to pick something I really literally found through social media. So I went for two that I know I definitely didn't hear about without seeing posts about it. Let me explain. So the first book I spotted was Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak. I am in a Facebook group about thriller books, and I saw this one recommended many times, and that is literally why I got it. So I actually got my husband to get me this for my birthday. Still haven't read it, but yeah, I literally just bought this because I saw so many people recommending it, and I literally had not heard of Jason Rekulak. I still don't really know what the plot's about. Let me have a look. Okay, so it's about a child that draws, and then one day he draws someone dragging a lifeless body. And I mean, I'm gonna guess that he probably witnessed something and drew from that, but it could be spiritual. Who knows? Like, I don't know without reading it, but it sounds very intriguing. And I know that I definitely saw this posted in all this like Facebook group before anything else. So definitely one that I discovered on social media. And then the second one I went for is The Rhino Keeper by Gillian Forsberg. So this book I kind of discovered through Threads, but it has a little bit of a story behind it. So let me tell you. So when I first moved to America, obviously making friends, etc., as an adult is not always the easiest thing. And I actually posted about books on Threads a little bit on my Threads account. I don't use it very much, to be honest, so I don't think I have it linked. But if you want it, you can have it. But yeah, I'd posted something about books and then mentioned something about Wichita, and I wish there was a book club I could join, and that's actually how I ended up in one of my book clubs. But not only did my book club message me, someone else messaged me and was like, oh, I live in Wichita, I love books, I'm an author, but didn't like advertise the book or ask me to buy it. But they're like, yeah, welcome to Wichita. But so whatever, we never did end up meeting up, whatever. But I clicked on her page and I was reading about her book, and that's honestly what made me buy it, because it's a historical fiction and it just sounds really good. So I wanted to support a local author by getting their book. Obviously I haven't read it yet, so I thought this could be a good one, because this was definitely influenced by social media, because the author themselves sort of reached out to me and then I started looking into their books. So yeah, this one just sounded really good. So I must say, I definitely really want to read both of these, obviously, sometime soon. I just have so much on my TBR. But I think I'm going to go with The Rhino Keeper this time, because I have been itching to read that for a while. So it's just kind of a really good excuse to pick that one out. Okay, and time to pick the third and final prompt. A yellow one this time. Has trees on the cover. Hidden Pictures does, doesn't it? I just remembered that in my head. So hey, maybe it'll be another pick. Let me see what else there is. Okay, you know what? I have been thorough here. So let's go through all the ones I found with trees on. I will say I left out a few which just have like really tiny trees in the background or something. But other than that, I feel like they are quite prominent on these covers. And let's bring back the other two books I've already dismissed. Hidden Pictures has trees on the cover, and so does Two Twisted Crowns. It has the two trees twisting up there. So yeah, I was like, they both fit weirdly. As to not just automatically choose from one of those two, though part of me is being pulled towards them because I'm like, maybe it's fate that I should be picking one of them. I also found The Woman Who Lied by Claire Douglas. That has some trees here. They're not as prominent, but they're reasonably prominent on the picture, I think. So this one is about a writer who writes sort of like thriller mystery novels, and basically people start dying in real life in the ways that the characters get killed in her books, but it's a book she's currently writing, so it's not even released. So my guess is she's going to know the murderer. So I feel like this is an interesting concept. Then I also found Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. That has plenty of trees all over it. It feels like a lot of thrillers seem to have tree pictures on them. This one is about a mother whose daughter has gone missing, and then something triggers her memory more about it later in life, and like she starts searching for her again, I think is how I gather it, because she weirdly meets a girl that looks just like her missing daughter. And yeah, I have no idea what happens beyond that, but again, something I think I'll enjoy. I enjoyed the couple of Lisa Jewell books that I've read before. Then there is also The Midnight Rose by Lucinda Riley. It has plenty of trees in the background on the cover. So I think this book follows originally a girl who is from like a noble family, but that doesn't have much money. And she makes friends with the princess. They travel to England. And then years later, there's like a famous person who inherits the house that they were at. And then the great great grandson of the person who had moved from India to England turns up and wants to find out about his family, and then they unravel things. So a little vague, I know. It's a very beefy book, this one. But something that intrigued me a while back when I got it, but I just never got around to reading it. And then finally, because it has a really prominent blossom tree on the cover, I also thought You've Reached Sam would fulfill this prompt. So this is a book about a girl who is with this guy. They sort of have their whole future planned out together, to go to college together, etc. And then he sadly passes away, and she discovers his, I think his old journal, and like reads it, and she just struggles to let go. I don't know much more than that, but it sounds really sad. So yeah, quite a few options for this one, but I kind of wanted to be fair and be like, yeah, they all have trees, so I have to consider all of these. Really, because I mean, I suppose I could for all of the romances I could have and fantasies I could have shown you, but that would have been half my book cart. I feel like trees was manageable to go through all of them and really decide. I've decided I'm not going to do this one because it's going to be sad, and my dad's coming to visit, and I don't want to be sad. I'm not going to do this one because it's just so beefy, and I've got such a busy month coming. This one I was really tempted by, I must say, because I do really like Lisa Jewell. I find her books quite a like easy read, so very tempted. But I have to make a decision, and I'm just going to say no. Similar to this one, I'm really intrigued by this too. I mean, I wouldn't have bought all these books if I wasn't intrigued by them. But yeah, I'm just going to say no because I feel like the other two came up before. So now we do have to pick from them because it's fate. I have to follow fate. But which one do I pick? I don't know. Yeah, this was definitely the month that I should have been asking Instagram. It would make my life a lot easier. You know what? A part of me is like, I don't have a thriller on my TBR, but I feel like I'm going to want to read Two Twisted Crowns once I've read One Dark Window. So you know what? I'm going with Two Twisted Crowns. That's what I'm doing. Two Twisted Crowns is going to be my choice because I feel like I'm going to want to read it anyway. It is still quite a beefy book, but I'm sure I'll get through it this month. So just a quick reminder of everything we have. So Romantasy Fantasy, we have The Enchanted Greenhouse. Discovered on social media, we have The Rhino Keeper. And trees on the cover, we have Two Twisted Crowns. But I hope you enjoyed watching this little TBR jar video. Please let me know what is on your TBR for September. I have a few, as I said, that will be sort of dictated by book clubs as well, but I am excited as we sort of move towards fall. I feel I can get away with some summery books because especially here in Kansas, it's still going to be pretty warm in September. So I definitely feel like I can still sneak in a few summery things here and there, but I definitely can feel myself ready to move into those kind of like darker novels, cozy novels. So yeah, excited. But yeah, let me know what you're going to read, and I will see you again real soon. Bye.